When I was a little girl, I remember coming downstairs wearing a striped top and polka dot pants. My mother immediately sent me back up to my room to change either the top or the pants because, as she said, "Honey, you can't mix polka dots and stripes." Well, obviously my mother wasn't a paper crafter because you can mix all kinds of patterns together as long as they share the same color theme. Today on Stamp TV, I'm going to show you how to get the most out of your pattern paper scraps by mixing them together to create fun accents on any card project. Let me show you the tools and products you're going to need to do this technique. First, you're going to need scraps, and I found all of these scraps in my scrap box, little scraps of pattern paper from the new Stamp TV Sent with Love kit. And you're going to need some sort of panel to work on. So I've cut down another piece of pattern paper from the Sent with Love Stamp TV kit and then a piece of the white to back it on, so I have a nice panel to work with. You're also going to need some adhesive, and then I'm going to use my Score Buddy, and I'll show you how I'm going to use that in just a second, and a paper cutter. What I've done here is I've cut two of the scraps of pattern paper, the stripes and then this little patterned accent, into a 3" by 3" square. And now I'm going to lay them on top of one another and make sure they're all lined up. And then I'm going to place one corner on the 1" line up top and one corner on the 1" line at the bottom. And once I do that, I'm going to secure that into place and cut. Now what that gives me is two corners that are perfectly coordinated. They're the same size that I can use in my piece. Okay. For my next step, I'm going to accent the corner of my pink panel. And I learned this little trick from Carlene Town, a member at Stamp TV, who suggested that this is a great way to easily place something on the corner without having to maneuver it too much. Basically what you do is you just pop your panel right into the corner of your Score Buddy. And then, using one of the corners, I'm going to add some adhesive, and I want this piece to be perfectly in that corner, so I'm just going to place it right into the corner of the Score Buddy, and that will make it fit perfectly. And see how easy that is? You didn't have to mess around with it too much or try to position it, because as long as both are right in that corner, it's a perfect fit. Okay, so now I'm going to take that other corner and I'm going to butt that corner right up against the first one that I applied and press it down. Now that kind of gives you the look of double-sided pattern paper when you curve a corner down, but it doesn't use up great double-sided paper. You're still plain on the back, and it's made great use of your scraps. Now that's a look all by itself. You could stop there and then add your focal image, and all you've done is created a nice little accented corner. But another thing you can do is, if you've got all these strips that you've cut off the sides of your pattern paper, all you have to do is, it doesn't matter how big or wide they are, just eyeball it and find the center, and you can create an accent strip to go across your card. So I've cut my two scrap strips, well actually three because I have white here too, to the same width as my pink panel. And then I just made sure that as far as the width of it goes, that they layer nicely. So I've just trimmed off a little bit of this one, and this one actually started out this way, and that's just going to get laid on top. And again, you can use the side to line up the edge so that you don't have to mess with it too much. So as long as you've got it in the center, by pressing it up against there, it makes it nice and easy. Isn't that a great tip? And then this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to eyeball the center, press it up against that side, and then press it down. And then that little decorative strip is going to go across the center of my panel. And again, popping that onto the side pressing it up against it. Easy. Now for this panel, I'm going to apply this onto the white. I won't be able to use the score buddy for that because I don't want it to go right up against the edge. I want it to be in the center. And now I have the perfect backdrop using all different scraps, and now it's ready for a focal image and a greeting. Now let me show you my finished project. Using this same backdrop, I've created a card using the tree and the Sent with Love greeting from the new Sent with Love Stamp TV kit. And isn't it just so pretty the way that all coordinates together? Mixing patterns and using up scraps of paper is fun, and it makes you feel like you're really getting your money's worth.